This is my 5.0, who has been parked outside my house for 6 years and 5 years in a garage after a small incident that I will show later. It's from 78, number 84 built, and it's in, well, not a very good condition. It's pretty rusting all over, mostly in all the joints or whatever they are called. And I'm starting up the project now, and the project is to get this thing running again and onto the streets. Back in 2002 I had a minor incident with the light pole, so this is how it looked, and I did have the finances to get it fixed, so I parked it. And as I said, last 6 years outside the house, which is not a way to treat an old classic Mercedes-Benz. I drove it from the garage in 6 years ago, and I just put some new oil on and some new gasoline, and it just fired up. I don't think it's gonna be this easy this time. It has the original aluminium hood and trunk lid, but is more or less standard. Only extra option I think is the sunroof, electrical sunroof, and it smells like an old basement and other various things inside. Seems like it in okay condition, but as you can see, there's some mold or whatever you call it in English on the seats, who needs to be cleaned out. Around the window frames there's also a lot of rust, but as I said, the project is to get it up and running, and if possible I'm gonna take the car completely apart and get it sandblasted and built up from the bottom, starting with the main frame, the carrosse, and then saving up to fix the engine later and the rear of the car, and so on and so on. I've got some used wheels I can put on, so today I'm trying to get the wheels off and release the brakes and see if the car has been rooting itself into the ground or what. So, but I will come with an update later. Bye. I've removed the valve covers and given all the chains and camshaft and so on some new oil, and then I've turned it manually by hand, and it seems that it wasn't stuck in any way, so that's quite good. Actually, the parts look quite okay. Doesn't seem to be any corrosion or anything. So next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the oil and then put a battery, and then turn the engine around without ignition on, if it's possible. Then next step is to clean the fuel lines and get some new fuel from the tank through the supply lines, but it's quite a big leak down here. I tried to pour a little gasoline, but as you might not see, there's been dripping all along, so I don't know if the tank has a hole or it's some of the flex hoses that are done, but I'll need to check it out. Back again. I was able to turn the engine after I've given all the moving parts some oil and changed the oil in the filter, and now I've flushed the fuel lines. I had to change the insert filter in the tank because it's corroded together and the hose was cracked a lot, so all the fuel went on the ground. So that's been changed, and I've managed to get the fuel pump working. It was stuck and the electrical supply doesn't work, so I had to make a wire directly from the battery to the pump. And I flushed the fuel lines from all the old fuel, then the car probably wouldn't start on. So now I just need to put on the ignition harness and reconnect the supply lines and try to fire the engine up. So I'll be back. Okay, tried to fire it up and it started roughly, but now it's run a little bit better. So let's have a look. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the exhaust. I hope that's the oil that I injected into all the ignition plugs holes. So let's see if it works. Just stop it for now. It's a lot of smoke, and I have to check that there's some oil on the gearbox as well, that it hasn't all disappeared into nothing. Smoke coming up from the exhaust is from some of the oil ran out when I removed the valve covers.